Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. My name is Tasha and I'm the founder of Financial Marathon. Now, I started Financial Marathon a couple of years ago with the goal to improve my knowledge in finances and to also improve my relationship with money, and I'd say so far so good. Getting on to today's video. Today's video is going to be really interesting, and that is because I'd like to talk about the top 5 dividend paying companies that are there currently now. Of course, this information is subject to change because new companies are being built, others are, going bankrupt, so we never really know. So this is just information that is probably relevant currently. And like I said, it's subject to change, so it may change in the next, who knows, 2 months, 6 months, 2 years, you never know. But currently, these are the top 5 dividend paying companies. Now, before I get to the companies, right, I'd like to unwrap a couple of things first, just for those who are new to this and have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is for you. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to unwrap is the definition of dividends. Now, in case you don't know, a dividend is basically money that is paid out by a company to a shareholder. So what happens is, you assume the stock market is a mall. Now, in a mall, there are different shops, right? There's a shop that sells foodstuffs, there's a shop that sells perfumes, there's a shop that sells clothes, and so on and so forth, right? Same thing happens to a stock market. So this stock market is a platform where many companies sell the shares. So you find like a company like Netflix or Tesla or Johnson & Johnson, right? And all these companies are basically offering a chance to like own a share, right? They're offering you a chance to become a shareholder. Now, you become a shareholder when you buy a share of the company, right? So when you buy a share, you automatically become a shareholder. Now, there are companies, out of all these companies, there are companies that choose to pay out dividends to their shareholders. Not all of them, right? One thing you're supposed to know is that paying out dividends is not obligatory. So there is no company that's forced by any law whatsoever to make dividends. It's upon them to decide if they're going to pay out dividends or not. So it's completely voluntary. When a company pays out money, like when a company pays out a share of its profits to its shareholders, this share of the profits that are being paid out is what is known as dividends. Now, why do companies pay out dividends? Because, like I said, this is not obligatory. It is up to the companies to make the decision to pay out this money to its shareholders. Most companies just pay out the dividends just as a means of thanking the investors for choosing to invest in these companies, right? Because what happens is when you buy a share of a company, let's say, for example, you buy a share of Tesla, right? That money goes to the company, and the company uses this money to grow, right? It uses this money to basically run its operations. So as a means of thanking you for doing that, because they're basically sourcing funds from the people, right? So the fact that you choose to give your money to them, they choose to, pay out the dividends as a way to thank the shareholders for choosing to invest in them. Now, something very important to note. For you to be eligible to receive a dividend, you have to be holding the stock, right? So for example, if you buy a share of a company, say company A, right, and you decide to sell that stock again, like maybe after a week or after 2 weeks, who knows, right? When you sell that share, and let's say this company has a routine, of paying out dividends, right? So if you buy the share and you sell it, you're not eligible for dividends. There are special cases though, right? So if you want to be able to receive dividends, you have to make sure that you buy and you hold the stock, right? Buy and hold the stock. If you buy and you sell, you may miss out on dividends because, like I said, they only offer this dividends to shareholders. Shareholders meaning you are holding the share at the time the dividends are being paid out, right? So now that we've covered what dividends are and why companies pay out dividends, we're going to look at the schedule, right? So when do people get paid? When do people receive their dividends? So the time period of when people receive the dividends, right, it highly varies. This depends on the company. For example, there is a company that can choose to pay out dividends every month. So that means at the end of 1 year, you get a dividend payout 12 times, right? There are other companies who only pay out quarterly, so that means only every 3 months. There are others which choose to pay out dividends twice a year, and there are other companies which just pay out dividends once a year. For example, from my experience, most German companies just pay out the dividends once a year, and that's mostly between May and June, if I'm not wrong. That's mostly between May and June. That's when they pay out all the dividends. But there are companies, like I said, there are companies which pay out dividends every month, which is okay. It really depends with which company you choose to invest in, right? So now that we've unwrapped kind of like the foundation of this, right, let's now get to the top 5 dividend companies. That is why you came here, right? But before I get to these 5 companies, I need to put out a disclaimer. I have to do this because I'm talking about finances and it's a very touchy subject, so I have to be very careful. Now, a disclaimer: any information that I'm providing on this channel is not meant to be financial advice. So any company that I mention, I'm not telling you to buy the company. Do your own diligence, do your own research. If you need financial advice, I suggest you go seek professional advice, because these are people who can be able to really assess your financial situation and give you a solution that is best tailored to your financial needs. So this information is not meant to be financial advice. It's just for general use. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you get professional advice. Very important. Okay, so now to get to the 5 companies, I'm going to be reading from my blog because I wrote an article about this, and the article is really blowing up at the moment, so I thought I'd make a video about it. By the way, in case you didn't know, I'm also a blogger. I have a blog called financialmarathon.com. I'm going to link it down in the description box down below. I write articles about personal finance, so anything to do with budgeting, investing, saving, planning, business, all that, right? So if that is something that you're interested in, you can also check my blog, check out the posts that I have written, and give me a feedback. Let me know what you would like to know. Let me know what topics you'd like me to write about, or what questions you may be having, right? I'm going to get the companies from my website. So in case you see me looking down, don't worry. I'm just looking at my laptop. Okay, so the first company is actually Arate. Now, Arate is a real estate investment trust. Now, these are companies which are invested in the real estate, and investing in Arate is really important, especially if you don't have enough money to directly get into real estate. A person like me, I cannot afford a $30,000 down payment for who knows, $500,000 house. No, I can't do that right now. I'm too young and I don't have the finances to do that. But Arate is a good opportunity for me to actually invest directly into real estate, right? So this company is called Vornado Realty Trust. The ticker symbol is VNO. I'm going to put it up here. The ticker symbol is VNO. Now, this company is actually New York based, and it was founded in 1982. Now, the company's dividend yield lies at an impressive 6.13%, which is really good. And they pay out annual dividends adding up to $2.12 per share. So for every share you have, you get $2.12 every year. So that is really, really impressive. The second company is called Onyok. The Gen Z in me wants to say one okay. We're not going to do that here. I think it's better if I just use the initial. So ONEOK, right? The ticker symbol is OKE. I'm also going to put it right here. Now, this is an oil company which was founded in 1906 in Oklahoma, right? So this is a company that deals with natural resources. Now, as for ONEOK, it has a dividend yield of an impressive 5.78%. And the interesting thing about this company is that they have a really strong dividend payout history. This company has been paying out dividends since 1989. That's older than I am. I came way after that. I came way after that. But yeah, so they have been paying dividends consistently since 1989. So you can be sure this is one of the strongest companies, right? And as a result, it's a company that is included in the S&P 500. Now, in case you didn't know, companies that are in the S&P 500 are companies that are really stable, right? So these are not risky companies. These are companies that have proven through the years that they can be able to sustain themselves, and this company is one of them. Now, the third company is called Kinder Morgan Incorporated. Now, this is a company that was founded in 1997 by two people, Richard D. Kinder and William V. Morgan. Now, this is an infrastructure company in North America. Kinder Morgan Inc. has a dividend yield of about 5.92%. The only trouble with this company is that they only started paying out dividends in 2017, which is still relatively new, I'd say. They're still new in the dividend paying market, but as you can see, they have a really high dividend payout, which is really good. Hopefully they maintain the same thing, but we'll see as the years go by. As I said, these companies that I'm mentioning now, subject to change because anything can happen. We never know what can happen in the coming years. The next 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, we never know. So this may actually change, but we wait and see. Okay, so the fourth company is an interesting one. It's called AT&T. Ticker symbol is T. AT&T would be it. This would be the elder of this group because this is a company that was founded a really long time ago. This was founded in 1875 by a man named Alexander Graham Bell, and it was a telephone company at that time, right? So it developed over the years and it became a giant in this field. I think up to date, AT&T is one of the strongest telecommunication industries in the USA. As a result, because they have also been doing really, really well over the years, that's why it's also a company that is included in the S&P 500. Now, the last company for today's video is called Lumen Technologies. Ticker symbol is LUMN. Now, Lumen Technologies was actually founded in 1930, and it has its headquarters in Louisiana, also in the United States. And Lumen Technologies is interesting because they have a really high dividend yield. The dividend yield of Lumen Technologies is 8.6%. Now, that is the highest so far from all the companies that I have mentioned in today's video. And that does it for today's video. I'm so happy I could be able to make this video for you today. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, share with your friends and family so they can also get some knowledge on this. And before I forget, now, if you would like to learn how to get started on dividend investing, I got you. There is an ebook in the description box down below. Grab the ebook. It is your guide to dividend investing. It literally guides you step by step what you need to know, what you need to leave out, the terms you're supposed to be aware of, what you're supposed to look out for. So generally everything there is to dividend investing, you're going to get it in this ebook. I assure you, this is an ebook that is really going to help you. So make sure you get it. Make sure you get started on investing. Get started, because the earlier you start, the better it will be for you. You know how the saying goes, the best time to invest was yesterday. The next best time to invest is right now. So make sure you get that ebook if you want to get started on dividend investing. And one thing I'm going to tell you about dividend investing, the thing I love most about dividend investing is it is the easiest way to earn passive income. Literally, it's the easiest way you can get started on earning passive income. The only thing you need to do is buy a stock from a company that pays out dividends and just sit and wait. Literally, that's it. Like, you don't have to work, you don't have to do nothing. The only thing you have to do is just give them your money and wait for your payout. There's no other way you're going to earn money so easily in this lifetime. So yeah, dividend investing is a really, really great way to get started on passive income. So if you're interested in getting started, get the ebook down below. Now, if you like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care.